This lesson, we're going to be learning how to calculate the area of a circle. So before we do that, let's just recap the different parts of a circle. The distance around the edge of a circle, we call that the circumference of a circle. If I was to draw a line that went straight through the circle and passed through the center point and it touched both sides of the circle, we call this line the diameter of the circle. And if I had another line that started in the center of the circle and touched one side of the circle, we call that the radius of a circle. Okay? So for the area of a circle lesson today, we're going to mainly be using radius, but we will also be using diameter. Okay? So let's jump into the formula. So the formula to calculate the area of a circle is A equals pi r squared. Now that just looks like a jumble of numbers and a jumble of letters and a number. Okay, so let's break this down for you. So in the formula, the A is for area of a circle. Okay, which is what the lesson's about. Yeah. So we've got a circle. It is if we were to shade in that circle, A is how much of that circle is shaded. Okay. Pi, hopefully you remember from your circumference of a circle lesson, when we use pi without a calculator, we always take pi to be 3.14. Okay. Now what about the r? Well, the r is for radius of a circle. Okay. So we're going to show you some circles and we're going to be given the radiuses and we're going to have to put that number for the radius into this equation, okay? But the next part is r squared. What does r squared mean? Well, if we think back to another number squared, so hopefully you remember if we have 2 squared, the little number is telling us how many times we need to multiply the big number by itself. So 2 squared is the same as 2 times 2. 4 squared is equal to 4 times 4. And 9 squared is equal to 9 times 9. Okay? So in this formula, r squared simply then means we have to times the radius by itself twice. Okay? So let's jump right in and let's have a go at solving some questions with this new formula. So I've got a circle here and I want to find the area of the circle. Okay? And let's have a look at the circle first. The only fact I know about it is that the distance from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle is 2 centimeters. So that must mean the radius of this circle is 2 centimeters. Okay? And remember, when we use pi without a calculator, we always take it to be 3.14. Okay? So let's use the formula. So we've got A equals pi r squared. Okay, so first things first, what do I know pi is? Well, pi is 3.14. I'm going to multiply that. What is the radius in this example? The radius is 2. So and because it's squared, I have to write 2 squared there. So I know the area of this circle is 3.14 times 2 squared. Okay, so let's solve this 2 squared first. Okay, so 2 squared is equal to 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. Okay, so let's rewrite this again. So the area is equal to 3.14 times, remember 2 squared is 4. Brill. So now we need to solve what 3.14 times 4 is. So this is quite a tricky question, okay, but we can make it a little bit easier for us. So let's write out again here, 3.14 times 4 equals. Now to make this easier, I'm going to multiply 3.14 by 100 so that I have 314. Okay, now I know it's a bigger number, but it's nicer than multiplying something by a decimal. Okay, so I'm going to do 3.14, I'm going to times this by 4 now. Okay, Now we can use the bus stop method to help us out with this. So remember the bus stop method? I do 300, 10, and 4. Sorry, not the bus stop method, the box method, sorry. I'm going to write 4 on the top. So I'm going to multiply all these numbers by each other. So 300 times 4, 1,200. 10 times 4 is 40, and 4 times 4 is 16. If I add these numbers up, so 16 and 40 and 1,200. 6 plus 0 plus 0, 6. 1 plus 4 is 5, 2, and then 1. Okay, so I know that 314 times 4 is 1,256. Okay, but if you remember back to the start of this little bit here, we times 3.14 by 100 to get 314. So to solve the question above, I need to divide 1,256 by 100, and that will give me the answer for 3.14 times 4. So 1,256 divided by 100 is 12.56. Okay. So, but when we're finding out the area of shapes, remember our units are always what we were dealing with centimeters. So it's going to be 12.56 centimeters squared. Okay. So it's not, the answer is not just centimeters. The answer is 12.56 centimeters squared. Okay. And this is our final answer for this question. Okay. Let's have a look at another one. So here we've got a circle, and I can see from the circle that we have a radius of 10 centimeters. So r equals 10 centimeters. And remember, pi is always 3.14. Okay. So here we go. A equals pi r squared. So A equals, well, pi was 3.14. Multiplied r was 10, so times by 10 squared. And remember, 10 squared equals 10 times 10, which is 100. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this out one more time. So the area is equal to 3.14 times 10 squared was 100, remember? So 3.14 times 100, okay? Now, hope some of you may not need to use the bus stop method for this, because times them by 100 is nice and easy, okay? So 3.14 times 100, that would mean that the area is equal, 3.14 times 100 is 314, okay? But remember your units, so it's going to be 314 centimeters squared, okay? And this is the final answer for this question, okay? So same thing, still working out pi r squared, except in this example, because it was 10 squared, it was only 100, okay? Let's do another example. So now, I need to find out the area of a circle, but I don't know the radius. I'm not told the radius of the circle. I'm not told the radius of the circle in this example. I'm told the diameter. So I know that the diameter is equal to 6 centimeters, okay? And hopefully you should remember that the radius is half of the diameter. So the radius will equal to the diameter, which is 6 centimeters divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I now know that the radius is 3 centimeters. You could draw that on your circle if you wanted. Let's use a different color pen. The radius of this circle, so the distance from the center to halfway to the center, is 3 centimeters. Okay. And pi, once again, is just 3.14. Okay, so here we go. Let's enter the formula in again. So area equals pi r squared. So pi was 3.14 times r was 3. We need to square that. So 3 squared is equal to 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so we're going to rewrite this out one more time. So area equals 3.14 times 9. Okay. So now I've got this. Now I just need to find out what is 3.14 times 9. So again, it's a little bit tricky. So to do this, I'm going to write 3.14 times 9. I'm going to multiply 3.14 by 100. So 314 times 9. And I'm going to solve this question. Okay. So I'm going to write down the side here. I'm going to write 300, 10, and 4. Put that in a box. And then on the top, I'm going to have 9. Okay, so 9 times 300, that's 2,700. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 4 is 36. Okay, add these all up. So 36, 90, and 2,700. 6 plus 0 plus 0, 6. 3 plus 9 plus nothing is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. And then 2 is 2. Okay. So I know the 314 times 9 is 2,826. Okay. But because I times this by 100 at the start, I need to divide this by 100 now. Okay. So 3.14 times 9 is 28.26. Okay. Remember the units, it's going to be in centimeters squared. Okay, so that is our final area of this shape, 28.26 centimeters squared. Okay, now let's do one more example, and it's going to be slightly different to these past examples. Okay, so now I've got a semicircle. Okay, and when you do this in this case, we have got half of a circle. Okay. But what we're going to do, we're not going to change anything from our method. We're going to find the area of a whole circle. So we're going to imagine that we're calculating the area of the whole circle. Yeah. And then once we found out the area of the whole circle, we just need to divide that number by 2, or we're going to find half of that number. Okay. So we're only finding half of the circle. So let's have a look at what we got. Well, we've got a radius of 1 centimeter. Okay. And pi is always 3.14. So let's have a look at this. So area equals pi squared. Area equals pi was 3.14 times 1 squared. Well, lucky for us, 1 squared is 1 times 1, which equals 1. Okay. So the area again is 3.14 times 1. And we don't need to use the box method for this. The area equals 3.14, okay, centimeters squared. But this isn't our final answer, remember? This is the area of whole circle. Yeah. So we have found the area of the whole circle now, okay? But we've only got half the circle, okay? So the area of the semicircle that is going to be equal to 3.14 divided by 2, okay? Remember, because we're finding half of the circle, okay? So we can use the bus stop method to solve this. So we get the 3.14. How many 2's are in 3? There's 1, remainder 1. Decimal point. How many 2's are in 11? Well, there's 5, remainder 1. How many 2's are in 14? There are 7, okay? So 3.14 divided by 2 is equal to 1.57. Okay, and that is going to be in centimeters squared. And that is our final answer for this example. Okay, so when you're dealing with a semicircle, you find out the area of the whole circle, and then you divide that number by 2. Okay, let's have a look at the main task. Okay, so here's the main task. So pause the video, and have a go at finding the area of these circles and semicircles. Okay, best of luck. Okay, so here are the answers. Very well done if you got them all right. And let's move on to the checking question now. Okay, so we're asked to find the area of this semicircle. Okay, and some of you may know this, but this little square in the corner of the semicircle, that means that is a symbol for a right angle. Okay, and if we have a semicircle with a right angle in the corner of it, that means that we are looking at a quarter of a circle. Okay, so that's the only hint I'm going to give you, is that this shaded area is the quarter of a circle. Okay, so pause the video and have a go at answering this checking question. Okay, best of luck. Okay, so let's have a go at answering this question together then. So hopefully you give it a good go. Let's have a look at the information that we already know. Well, we're told that the radius was 2 centimeters, and we always take pi to be 3.14. Okay, so our formula is area equals pi r squared. Area equals 3.14 times 2 squared, because r is 2. 2 squared is 4, so area is 3.14 times 4. Okay, and I'm not going to do the box method because this start was actually one of the examples. Okay, 3.14 times 4. So eventually you should find that the area of a whole circle, is equal to 12.56 centimeters squared. Okay, but we only want a quarter of the circle. This area here is only the quarter of a circle. Okay, so therefore area of quarter circle, that is going to be equal to 12.56 divided by 4. Okay, so we use the bus stop method here. So 12.56. How many 4s go into 1? None. How many 4s go into 12? There's 3. How many 4s are in 5? Well, there's 1, and there's going to be a remainder 1. How many 4s in 16? Well, there's 4. So that means that 12.56 divided by 4 is 3.14. And that means that the area of this quarter circle is 3.14 centimeters squared. Okay, so very well done if you got that right. Good stuff. And I'll see you next lesson. Bye now.